This is an absolute heist for the Los Angeles Lakers as following what has been a crazy week of reports surrounding Andrew Wiggins to the Lakers. We have a brand new report revealing new details surrounding the Lakers' pursuit of the wing. We're going to break down exactly what those new reports are and discuss what it means going forward, as well as a few other updates on this episode, ladies and gentlemen. But before we get into it all, if you're part of the percentage or aren't subscribed to the channel, quick reminder to hit that subscribe button. Your guys' support's been absolutely unbelievable. And of course, the regular season is inching closer and closer. So if you're enjoying, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Folks, let's dive right into it. And obviously, there's been a lot of discourse, a lot of dialogue surrounding Mr. Wiggins joining the Lakers via trade. And of course, we have some new reports to go over today surrounding that exact incident or exact, I guess, proposal. And let's dive right into it. I guess it could be incident if you don't want it to happen, but let's dive right into it here. So Evan Sitteri has recently come out and said just yesterday I think it was earlier this morning, yesterday, a bunch of new reports. The Heat and the Lakers have reopened discussions on a potential Andrew Wiggins trade ahead of training camp. Los Angeles is very open to moving former first-round pick Dalton Knecht alongside necessary expiring salary. Miami wants a future first-round pick attached in the package. So for the first time now, we have some new details surrounding the Lakers' pursuit of Wiggins. And clearly here you can see it is not only, things have reopened. And of course, we kind of knew that following these new reports from Mark Stein, from Dan Wokey, but the ask right now is a first-round pick. So the truth is kind of leaked in that regard. The offer has been not necessarily revealed because the Lakers haven't offered that, at least as of now. But you can see here, the Lakers are very open to moving former first-round pick Dalton Knecht alongside the expiring salary. But Miami wants a future first-round pick a part of that package. And that's where things get very interesting very, very quickly. Because if it's Dalton Knecht for, Andrew Wiggins, that's a steal. That's a heist. I do that every single day. I do that every second of the day. But of course, the biggest, area of change here is the fact that the ask right now is a first round pick. And that's where I want to get your guys' discussion on it. And, down below in the comment section, your guys' thoughts. I still think I do it like for a first round pick. Now, I don't know. It's a little bit tough because is Wiggins the needle mover that puts this team over the top to win a championship? Like, I think he actually could be that piece. And if it's just for a first round pick, if you could potentially keep Rui Hachimura, then maybe it makes some sense, right? Connected first round pick. That has been the package that has been floated around there all offseason long and even into the trade deadline last year. Of course, they moved a package similar to that from Mark Williams. Trade got rescinded. But you can see this here from Lakers Legacy. This is exactly where negotiations stood the last time both teams talked. Unless the Heat are willing to come off of their high asking price, which is the 2031 first and Knecht, or the Lakers suddenly make the 2031 first round pick available, I don't see a deal getting done anytime soon. And that's where things get a little bit interesting because I think if it's for Dalton Knecht, it's a heist. If it's for a first round pick and Dalton Knecht, then you could argue, is it worth it? Is it a good trade? Like, I think at that point, it's probably a pretty good trade, but we know the Lakers are pretty, firm on keeping that 2031 first round pick. And I think ultimately they want to keep it available so they have a flexible, option at the trade deadline surrounding a trade because, again, Luka's coming off of that 3-year extension. Recent reports came out, and I covered it in my last video, that extension specifically has allowed them to potentially be more aggressive in pursuing trades and taking on more salary because of the way that things work now with him being locked down for years. So it's interesting. However, fans are really clamoring for Mr. Wiggins here. You can see Doncic, Reaves, Wiggins, LeBron, Ayton. And I've been clamoring on that for months now. 5 guys that can go for 20 plus any given night. A legit 3-and-D wing that can guard 1 through 3. And Wiggins, a center that can catch lobs and take advantage of mismatches. It's just too perfect, man. And that's kind of where I stand. Like, a lot of people are talking about don't give up the first, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm fine with giving up the first here. It's hard to find especially in mid to late September, a better option than Wiggins right now. Like Herb Jones is not available. Like there's some other good 3-and-D guys, but Wiggins is a championship level player. He played the 3-and-D role and the complementary role alongside Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, all those, Kevin Looney, all those different guys back in the 2022, I believe it was, championship. Wiggins is an elite defender, right? He really is, and an elite 3-and-D wing. And people don't realize that because they probably think back to the Cavs days or they didn't watch necessarily a lot of the Warriors ones. He would fit this team perfectly and puts them over the top, at least in my mind. And I covered this trade last video. It's an interesting one. You can see here the Lakers receive Wiggins, Jaquez, and Drew Timme for Rui, Knecht, and then, of course, a second-round pick. So in this trade proposed by Bleacher Report, they get a young asset in Jaime Jaquez Jr. And ultimately, let me know down below your thoughts on this specific trade again. Jaime Jaquez, he's pretty good. Is he an asset right now? Probably like some sort of asset. You don't have to give up a first round pick in this deal, which is really the kicker for me. Like this is also a heist. Like a lot of these deals, I think in my mind, especially for late September, where you can't really get mid right now, mid-September, but once it's late September, assuming a deal gets done here, Like, you can't get much better than this, and I think it truly puts them over the top, which is why I'm willing to give up that first round pick for him. And then you have to consider at the deadline, is there other assets available? Are there other options that are better than Wiggins potentially at the deadline? Even that's like a tough ask. Now, another report dropped here. Again, Lakers and Heat have reopened discussions, according to Evan Siddery. A few days ago, NBA Insider, just to give you guys some context on the new reports, Mark Stein reported that the Lakers are moving away from their stance of not taking any long-term salary in a trade in order to be able to chase Giannis or Jokic over the next 2 years. I'll cover that in a future video. Right now, the focus is on a potential trade. He wrote that the Lakers are now in win-now mode and that they will look to bring in the right player for the right price. And again, clearly the Luka Doncic move kind of opened up the floodgates more than we initially thought and has really opened up everything here for this team. And Stein wrote that Los Angeles would be interested in a player such as Andrew Wiggins. That's where things currently stood. And then Siddery confirming that they reopened discussions, today. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's going to be super, super interesting. But we also have a new report from Jovan Buha. So on Buha's blog today, he said that he doubts Los Angeles will be able to successfully deal away for Wiggins without leveraging some of its limited future draft equity. And that's kind of where we stand right now. They'll probably have to get a deal done, but if they do, it'll involve the first round pick in 2031. Now, on the flip side, he also says and wonders what kind of player assets the Lakers would be willing to ditch to acquire Wiggins, and suggests that the Heat would likely be fairly uninterested in bringing back Rui Hachimura and, the first round pick Dalton Knecht. So Jovan Buha's saying, Jovan's saying, hey, they probably won't want, a package featuring Knecht and Rui unless that first round pick is given. So it's interesting. These two, really good deals, right? HEIST even, at least I would say at this point. Otherwise, you're kind of in an interesting state of mind as it pertains to, some fans really like it. Some fans don't like it as much. And I'm curious to see what you guys think about it. But at the end of the day, these new updates basically reveal, A, they have reopened negotiations. B, there is a chance that, Knecht's the headliner. It really depends because, again, Wiggins has a team option after this upcoming season and for $30 million, $30.8 million, I believe it is. Correct me down below if I'm wrong. $30 million, right? Wiggins is a beast. If the Heat don't want to commit to that salary, then you can just trade him off now and potentially get, you could argue he's at a ceiling value right now. You look at his stats, 19 points a game. That's the most since 2019. Again, 19 for the Heat, albeit in 17 games. But still, he had a very good year last year, a couple years removed from being an all-star. Obviously, won that chip in 2021, 2022 with the Warriors. He is a great player. The Heat want to capitalize on that and maybe push for that, first-round pick. The Lakers have to decide. And I want you guys to decide down below, would you do that deal? I think it's a steal anyways, right? I think at this point, he's only 30 years old heading into next season. I like him. I like him a lot, and he would fit perfectly and seamlessly into this lineup that consists of not a lot of defensive-minded players, but a lot of offensive-minded players. So it's going to be interesting. Shout out to Jovan Buha for the report. Evan Siddery. Let me know down below what your guys' thoughts are in the comment section. Things are picking up, and they're picking up quickly. Thank you guys for watching. And do you do that deal if it involves a first-round pick, or do you do it if it doesn't? Cheers.